All right, welcome back. So I'm going to click again on the edit background to get to the show your workspace. This is the second video of the tutorial, and this one is going to show you how to put in math equations and expressions as well as text. So this symbol right here, it looks like a funny division sign with an X in it. You click on it, it makes it a gray color so you know you've selected it, and then you come over to your screen and click, and up pops some options to put in math symbols to your work. So we'll just start with simply doing 7. I'm going to just type the 7, or you can click on the 7. Let's do 77. So you can use the numbers on your keypad, or you can click on the numbers here. We can do times 5 divided by 2 plus 8 equals, and we can put in, you can use your keyboard again, like a question mark if you want. So you come up here and click question mark. And then you just say, hey, add that. And then it pops up on your screen in this color with the thickness and everything that you have selected up here. So if you want to change the color, you have to come up here. If you want to change the thickness and all that, you got to come up here and do those selections before you type. All right, so I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to show you a couple more things. In your math classes this year, you will use exponents. You have the option of exponents. Right here is the x. You look for the x with the floating 2. That's an x squared. That means type your number, then click the x with the floating 2, and it'll put the exponent 2 up there. Another exponent button, let's do plus. We'll do an expression. So I just click the plus, or use my keypad to put in the plus. And then I'm going to come over and I'm going to click the X with the little gray floating box. And I'm going to click that. Well, not yet, actually. Let me undo that. Backspace, didn't want to do that. Let's click 6 and then click that X with the box. It'll put the cursor up high again to put an exponent in. So let's say I want to do x to the 4th power. It floats it so you know it's an exponent. Now, if I want to type something else, I need to come back down. It was up here by the floating 4. You can see it right next to the floor. You got to click down so it's dropped. And let's say I want to put in times. Don't use the X for times. This little X is not a multiplication symbol. It's a letter. So we don't want to use that. We want to use the X that's got the two straight lines to form it. That's multiplication. All right, let's put in 2.2. Use your decimal. There's a decimal on the screen. All right, so that is one way. Those are some features over here that we can use to type in math expressions if we don't want to write on the screen. And you can move them around again by selecting it and then just moving it. The hand also allows you to move the stuff on the screen around together. Okay. You have a text tool, so let's say you want to type something in words. Math is fun. You can go ahead and do that just using that. You can also type in like 3 times 4 using that as well. You don't have to use the math tool. You can use the text tool. The equal sign will show up, and so you have those options as well. Okay, this again is your select tool. You can get rid of things on the screen by using that or the eraser. And then if you say you want to zoom in on something, you can't read it very well, you can click the zoom button and then just put it on top of what you want to zoom, or click the zoom out button if you need to make something smaller and click on it. So those are features you have here. I'm going to just type something on the screen, but I'm going to make it bigger. Let's zoom that. Whoops, I'm using the zoom out. Let's zoom in, make it bigger. I'm going to pull that down because it just disappeared. Your hand can move things up and around and down. It's a very good feature when you start getting too much on your screen. That will come in handy. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Up, it went away again. Just pull it down. And I'm going to type something on the screen. Hi. I can get rid of the last thing I typed by hitting the back arrow, and it can continue to fix. So those are the text and the math, typing math expressions and equations and features, along with a couple others at the bottom that come in handy when you're working on the workspace in GoFormative. And that does conclude the tutorial, and now hopefully you'll have a chance to go practice.